In this unit, we're going to be working on modifying our Excel worksheet to be neater and more readable. We will begin working a lot more with the ribbon, since many of the functionalities are held up here. Like I've emphasized earlier in this course, to become an Excel power user, you must be committed to learning shortcuts. And this is why I need to teach you to use the Alt key as a way to access ribbon functionalities. For my Mac users, I'm sorry. These functionalities are not built into your version of Microsoft Office, so please ignore my use of the Alt shortcuts here. However, there are some shortcuts at the end of this lecture that you might find useful, so stick around. I did happen to find a small company who has built a plugin that gives your Microsoft Office this functionality on Mac. Although I am not able to vouch for their software, it might be worth a shot for some of my Mac users because they have a free trial and the use of the Alt key truly makes your workflow much faster. I've linked it in the lecture notes. Okay, if I hit the Alt button on my keyboard, you'll see all of these letters pop up in the top of my screen. These letters represent the letters that you need in order to choose this tab in the ribbon. H stands for Home, N stands for Insert, P stands for Page Layout, and so on. If I press N, for example, it will pull up the Insert tab of the ribbon with all of Insert's functionalities. Now, Excel has assigned a letter to everything in this tab. I can use the combination of these letters to choose that ribbon functionality. For example, I can hit V for Pivot Table, T for Table. To exit, press Escape. Let's do a quick example. Let's say I wanted to format these numbers as percentages. In the Home tab of the ribbon, we can see the corresponding button as this button here, this one that has the percentage sign. However, let's try to access this functionality using an Alt shortcut. First, highlighting the numbers that we want to format as percentages, we hit the Alt key, and since we know it's in the Home tab of our ribbon, we press the letter H on our keyboard. We see that Excel has assigned the letter P, so we hit the letter P, and now our numbers are formatted as percentages. Really easy, huh? A lot of times, these are set up to make sense for you to sound out. For example, if I wanted to align these numbers in the center, I can press Alt, H for Home, A for Align, and then C to align center. If I go back to that, pressing Alt-H-A, we can see that AL is aligned left, AR is aligned right, AT is aligned top, AM is aligned middle, and AB is aligned bottom. So typically, they're very easy to sound out to figure out. One of my favorites is Alt-Q, because it allows me to search all of Excel's functionality in this search bar up here. This is especially useful if I forget which ribbon tab a certain functionality is in. The only caveat here is that you need to remember what the feature name is, since it's based off of an exact search. Let's say I wanted to bold this header. I could type in bold, and it brings up the functionality for me. Simply hitting enter, my selection is now bolded. As you go through the course, I recommend starting off by using your mouse to explore the ribbon. However, as you get more comfortable with the layout, I highly encourage you to use your keyboard to access the ribbon functionalities. I'll be showing you both how to get there via the ribbon and how to get there via an Alt shortcut in this section. One other shortcut I want to show you before moving on is a shortcut that helps you navigate through a set of data. We know that if you use your arrow keys, you can navigate through this set of data. However, if you combine your arrow keys with Control, you'll notice that your cursor will jump until it sees the next white space. It allows you to quickly navigate through the ends of your data. Now, if we combine this shortcut with Shift, so we hold Control-Shift and then use the right arrow key, we can see that it highlights all the way to the right to the next white space. So if I wanted to highlight all of this data, I would only have to hold Control-Shift and down, and now my data has been highlighted very quickly. Before moving on to the next lecture, please get comfortable with using the Control-Shift arrow key because it is one of the most important shortcuts in Excel. I use it nearly every time I use the program.